I got my sheep, I got my sugar farms, my windmills, I've tried candy cane. How's it going, guys? I'm Kevin. This is Entertaining Entropy. But you look fantastic today. Thank you so much for joining me. On today's episode, I'm showcasing a play-to-earn game called Townstar, which is a way for me to actually play a video game but earn money while I'm doing it. And this is leveraging technology with cryptocurrencies and NFTs, so if it gets a little confusing, I'm trying not to leverage too much of that educational aspect in this episode and make it more of a review of what I thought of it, what you can do with it, and really show how it works. And so with today's episode, if you didn't find it that interesting, or if you found it confusing, check out some of my other episodes on my channel. I build mining rig computers, I go over cryptocurrency 101, I buy virtual horses. Wait a minute, that's my next episode. So stay tuned, I'm going to have weekly episodes where I'm going through different things, trying to show you guys and build a community of people that are inquisitive to learn more, and maybe I can steal some of your ideas, or you can just watch me and do my thing, and hopefully building up some interesting stuff here on the channel. So with today's episode, going into Townstar, it's something that's built off of a website called Gala Games, and I've showcased this in one of my other episodes, but just to recap, it was one that was actually showcasing a couple different titles, with not only Spider Tanks and Townstar being the two main titles, they've also got titles that are tied with The Walking Dead, which is pretty cool, and they've partnered with Gala Music and Snoop Dogg to actually create a cool experience, but I'm getting off track. Gala Games is a really cool website, but Townstar is what I'm here for, which is really going to be something that I can play a game and get daily payouts on a cryptocurrency that I can actually turn into real money. So with this game, you don't actually make payouts until you purchase an NFT. And to do that, you could actually put money into their wallet and then buy it. There's a couple of choices. The cheapest one that I saw was something called a water tank, but actually what I found was the best way to get into it, and after researching and talking to the community, you actually want a Gala Gold membership, which gives you an NFT for Townstar, which happens to be their flagship game, and then also allows you to start earning with Townstar as well. But having that Gala Gold membership gives you a lot of access to new stuff, pre-access to things, and actually news of upcoming things that other people aren't aware of. So I'm not supposed to sneak any information, but if I do see something that's huge, I'm going to probably whisper it or talk about it here on my channel. Anyway, so with Gala Games, having Townstar as their flagship game, and you get that NFT as purchasing the gold membership, that NFT then unlocks the ability to earn money. But you can actually play Townstar without actually having that NFT if you just wanted to try your hand at it and see how it goes. Initially, the game starts off where every couple of days, I think it's every month now, on a Tuesday, you'll actually have to pick your location. And this can be a little bit difficult because there's a mad dash for these players that have probably been doing it for a long time, maybe have a lot of money invested in it. So the top slots, like the rivers of, I think it's South America or South Africa, start to become really populated really quickly. From here, though, what we're able to do is try to aim for a different area, maybe a forest, a desert, plain, or a mountain that I find is beneficial. You look for the cities so that you're close to it if you're playing for free, but as a tip, if you get the NFT, it's actually going to make your gas fees really cheap. And so far, I've been pretty far away from the cities, and I've only spent one gas to deliver my goods, which I'll get into a little bit more later, but makes a big deal. So as you're picking your location, look for something that is next to water. As you see, a lot of people are going to go for that because it gives you automatic watering for your crops. I'll talk about that more later, but main things to look for are water, or if you wanted to look for something like forests to push wood or lumberjacks, you could go for that as well, and be close to a city. Alright, here we go. Here's the actual game. Oh, Entertaining Entropy. You already know who it is. You already know. You're picking a location, you want to put yourself next to water, but don't put yourself next to an ocean, because that's salt water. Crops don't like salt water. Yeah. So, you can see, everybody's already grabbed up all these spots. They've already grabbed them. What am I going to do? Hello. Everyone's already grabbed all the good slots. There's nothing left, folks. There is nothing left. Oh, Jesus, it's so hard to decide. That's a forest. I don't want that. I have no freaking idea. Jesus. What I really want is the plains with some water. Just some river water. That's all I want. Oh my God, this is all ocean. Dude, Chemi boy. I gotta tell you something. It's not the best spot. These are all ocean. Oh, what a waste. All right, we're going for it. My town has been placed. I picked a spot. Okay, so here it is. Check it out, guys. Look at these little fellas. What is this, swamp? Marsh. I have to get that out of there. All right, here's my fella. He's getting to work. These folks are going to cost me $50 per minute. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on so I don't run out of my 25K that I started with or my 40 gasoline that they gave me to deliver goods. Wow, this trade depot is pretty cool. If I try to sell wheat, every 10 wheat is going to give me 3,002 gas. Oh my God, too much. Well, so what I can do is actually to get into this game is purchase an NFT. And that lets you have a leg up on the starting ramp where everybody's trying to gun for the throne here. And also NFTs, by owning them, allow you to collect these town coins. Where see, look, I can't earn any town coin. Every NFT, I believe, earns 1 town coin per day. And I got to do this little daily quest, just basically deliver goods. So how do I do that? Well, I actually purchased the Gala Gold membership, which gave me an NFT with my purchase. So now I can actually place an NFT with this little blue cube off to the right-hand side. There she is, the Express Depot. Boom. Now, when I go to deliver goods, this should give me a better gas price. Woo, half gas. Woo, that's lovely. Send her out. She's going to deliver faster, and that's cool. But the best part about it is I can actually start to collect these daily town coins, and I can trade my town coin for real money. Wow, that's pretty sweet. This game is all built on economics. So what you're doing initially with your 2 wheat fields ain't great. You can see the distance between where this farmer's got to run to, how long it takes to actually grow. And you can see this little meter here is actually representative of shadows of buildings that might be nearby. There's also wind mechanics that you got to watch out for. And watering actually comes from this watering fetching well here that we got. And you see he's got to water it 3 times before it starts to grow. And then he can actually grab the wheat and bring it into the silo. So this really builds into this economics of what you're trying to grow. There's a whole bunch of different things you can see to be a farmer, to grow crops, to be a logger. You can actually be a lumberjack and start producing wood and refining it. So there's sort of a layer 1 crafting of those types of things. And then you move into refined goods of windmills that are actually able to make, flour, sugar, and salt out of the crops that you're producing. And then as you're building these wood refineries and things with the wood, you can actually make lumber mills here, which you can start to put out lumber and oak barrels, depending on what type of tree you're growing. Industrial, as you can see here, starts to feed you into iron mines, nuclear power, forklifts, and all kinds of cool things, glass factories, neat. But it also allows you to build fuel, and you need fuel to deliver all your goods. So you have 40 to start with, but you really have to be on a path to not only sort of stabilize your income, but then start to produce gasoline. When you're producing gasoline, you can see, oof, $200 per minute, but spitting out that gasoline requires petroleum, which requires wind turbines to give you electricity, workers to sort of work those wind turbines, warehouse to store the electricity. I would use this water facility so that you can produce water. And then you're also going to want an oil pump, which that worker is going to be taking oil from to bring to the refinery. In the refinery, you got to get petroleum, and then you can make gasoline from the petroleum. So it's a little bit of a ways down the road, but to really get started, what I do is I use something called a sugar rush. So I basically will start building up my farmers until I have a steady increase of farmers that are getting out these wheat fields, or these wheat fields get up to about 10. And then once I hit this 10, I can go ahead and get rid of these, and I can start to produce sugar. And the idea here is I actually want to be putting these sugar farms right next to this water, so that when I do this, it's actually going to give it a little bit of free watering. And I can continue to build up these water ponds as I progress. So as I get more and more money, I find that's one of the best investments is to actually build more water. And you can see, look, 4 out of 8, half watered here already, just by having this sugarcane field. And this guy is going to bring me my last wheat that I'll bring, and then I'll ship it out, because you can only sell in stacks of 10. I don't want to be filling the silo up with like a partial shipment. I want to make sure I can get rid of it. So now that he's done that, get rid of that wheat field. Shoo! And now I can focus solely on sugar. One thing to be aware of is that this meter is going to make sure, when I'm near things, that it's not being blocked by sun. So I got to be careful of that. And when I'm doing that, it's actually going to make sure too that these crops are at their maximum production. So I probably will only actually have 2 sugarcane fields. So I noticed that it's important to have less, not more. 1 to 3 sugarcane fields is actually a lot. 3 is actually a lot of sugarcane fields. So we would need a lot of farmers to keep up with them. This is probably a bad idea because this farmer is going to start to block this particular sugarcane field. And get rid of that. And let me actually start to build out a road here so that we can get these farmhouses down. You actually need a road to be able to place the different buildings. So I'll go ahead and place a road out here. It doesn't need to connect. It just needs to have one next to it so it can place this house for this farmer. And I'll get another guy going here. And I'll probably get up to like 4 or 5 farmers, and then I'll just start to spam these wells. And the well, you can see, takes 30 seconds to respawn and give you more water. You got to make sure that it's away again from shadows and coverings. But with this, you're basically rolling onto the sugarcane railroad, and you're essentially trying to get a lot of sugarcane to then build into windmills. When you're building your windmills, make sure they're far away from everything so that they don't get any negated activity from the shadows or from wind blockage. But you can see here, going into the windmill, it takes sugar or flour from the wheat if you wanted to do that too. But the sugar cane turns it into sugar, and this sells every 10 stacks for about 30,000, which is really nice. So once you start cranking in 1, maybe 2 windmills max, you can actually start to see a steady income coming in. And this is a game that really you leave on, and over time, off on another screen, it starts to accumulate. So don't go too fast. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen, is trying to just put a lot of stuff down and then you're just hoping that it happens really quickly. This is more of a passive game that's happening sort of over time. You leave it open, it keeps going, and these guys will take forever to actually do this. You can see here, he's got to go all the way here with this water, all the way over. This guy's asleep because there's nothing to do, and this water is not ready yet. So I'm just going to now start to build a lot of wells. This will spin up a lot more activity for these individuals. All right, guys, so as you can see, what I found, Townstar, less of an investment, more of a game that's just kind of cool to play, which is really why I like that it's free and you can just try it out. Maybe you don't even want to invest, you just kind of want to check it out. It was a neat game for that aspect as well. To be able to withdraw coins, you have to use something called BitTrue. That was the only exchange that I found that had the town coin, but there are so many fees that they're going to slap at you when you're going to withdraw. I haven't really found it to be very viable, which is disheartening, but I'm hoping there's a bright future for Gala Games because I got that Gala Gold membership. I'm kind of got my foot in the door for some neat titles and some new stuff coming for Gala Games, but where town coin is anywhere from like 8 to 12 cents at any given time, haven't seen it go any further than that. That means I probably have about $2 or so worth of town coin, and it takes me like $8 just to get it off of the Gala website and onto the Ethereum blockchain, and then more fees for gas to send it to my BitTrue exchange, and I'm sure fees to withdraw it. So by the end of the day, I'm totally upside down, so not really a great investment. I haven't really found what to do as well after I get to a certain point in the game. So I get so big that I'm like, now what? I got my sheep, I got my sugar farms, my windmills, I've tried candy canes, I've tried all kinds of different things, but it doesn't seem to put out the same kind of production that the sheep do or that the windmills do. But what happens is you can't just keep scaling up with the same thing. The programming of the farmers and the ranchers that are attending to these different types of stations aren't able to really figure out that somebody else is working on it. So one thing needs to be done, they all go all together. It's kind of obnoxious. If you like what you saw in today's episode, check out my next episode where I'm going to be getting a virtual horse in Zed Run, and by racing that virtual horse, I'm able to get return on investment, free entry to races that can pay me out for tournaments that are happening every single day. Pretty cool strategies, low entry fee, only about $30 that I paid, so I can help you guys get into it and get you racing on the virtual NFT world. Hope you guys have a wonderful day investing. Happy days.